Good everyone, it's Nigel here, Blacksthetics apparel. So I haven't done a video in a while, so yeah, I am doing a video again. And what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to keep it short, nice and sweet. I'm going to talk a little bit about, well, Blacksthetics apparel. Now, firstly, I've had a few people ask me about the size chart on the website page. I'm getting that sorted. I will put a size chart up there. Obviously, it makes sense to have a size chart. I don't know why. I haven't done that, why it's taken me so long, but thank you for bearing with me. All of you put your orders in despite the fact that there wasn't a chart. Most people have got the right size, and yeah, it's worked out fine. And anyone who have gotten an incorrect size, just message me, email us here at Blacksthetics apparel, and 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10 you will get a brand new top in the post to the size that you require. So that's not a problem. So thank you for everyone that's put orders in recently. I went through a spell of not having that many orders. It was worrying, man, how am I going to replenish the stocks that I'm looking to replenish? You know, I've got so many different designs and whatnot to come in, but that's all dependent on stuff going out and stuff being sold. So not selling anything is never great, but I sold the last week or so. Just again, everything started picking up. Started making a lot more sales. It's very up and down with the sales, you know, which is so you kind of expect. The brand is in its building phase, and I don't expect it to be plain sailing. I expect the hard work to well, to be exactly that, hard work. A lot of people tend to give up, you know, because it becomes difficult. Luckily, because of what I've done so far in terms of my bodybuilding and stuff, mainly everything I've done in my life and my career, that instills some sort of ethics in me in terms of hard work, you know, from a young age. And the stuff that everyone's had their own experience, but I've had my experience as well, which from a young age has taught me to stick at it, keep working. And eventually, if you keep doing that simple thing, you keep working, doing your best, doing good by people as well, eventually everything will come through and everything will come good. And that's what I've done. So I've kept it simple. I've kept working in the background. You know, there's a lot for me to do from day to day, but that's all part and parcel of the process. We're getting there. The brand's, every day the brand grows. Someone else hears about the brand gets bigger and bigger, and there's no stopping in me. I'm relentless in building the brand and making something special with the brand. So thank you to everyone that's recently gone out and purchased stuff. I appreciate it. I said the size chart, hopefully that'll be up soon. But if you have any issue when you try to make an order, just email me and I will point you in the right direction. And yeah. Let's just say thank you. Keep supporting the brand. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Blacksthetics apparel. I've had a few people message me recently asking me about. People were inquiring about the brand and what the brand, obviously what the brand represents. And I feel like I talk a lot about that, and still, you know, I think there's some controversy with a brand and the name. You know, people see Blacksthetics and they think, what does it mean? And if you go onto the website page and you go to the About Us section, it tells you exactly what the brand represents. But for me, initially when the brand was launched, everything, some of you guys who were there at the beginning knows that most of the clothing we made, or most of the clothing that came through, were black in color. And why is that? Black is known to have a slimming effect, is known to help you to look more aesthetic, as opposed to say white or any other color, or red or any other color that you wear. Black has a slimming effect in terms of the aesthetic nature of how you appear, or anything appear. You look at cars, for example. Black cars for me looks a lot better than a white car from an aesthetic point of view, or dark colored cars looks a lot better than bright colored cars from my perspective, in my opinion, from an aesthetic point of view. So that was initially one of the reasons behind the name of the brand Blacksthetics. Now, the brand goes deep, as you know. The brand has taken on loads of different genres in terms of, it's obviously bodybuilding, it's a fitness brand, it's a health and fitness type brand. So we make casual wear as well, but our root is in bodybuilding and aesthetics. It delves into the black aesthetics movement, a movement that began in the US in the 60s. And it talks a little bit about that. It delves into that. And that's really, for me, that solidifies the brand in many ways. That it delves so deeply into a history that was a bit murky, wasn't really known, wasn't really spoken about. But I wanted to almost resurrect that history, talk about it in a positive light, and make it part of the brand, make it a part of the brand as we know it today, Blacksthetics. So, I said the best way to find out about the brand is to read up the About Me section if you could be bothered. Don't assume the brand is, I've had people say, well, does Blacksthetics mean it's for black people only? Or is it, let's not be silly. I always say, someone once told me, well, why would people say that? Is gymshark for sharks? Is gorilla wear for gorillas? You have all these different brands. Why would people assume that Blacksthetics is that? But it represents a lot of things. It represents history. It represents. I just wanted to make sure that there was a brand out there that represents my culture and represents where I'm coming from. And when I say culture, I just don't mean my African history or my Caribbean history. I mean my bodybuilding history. I mean my aesthetics. I mean, all of that good stuff. So don't just assume the brand means something. Look into it, understand what it represents, and support the brand, baby. Support Blacksthetics apparel. I love the logo. One day I'm gonna start doing tops or bottoms with just the logo on itself. Blacksthetics becomes insignificant. The word just to the logo. I love that. Looking forward to when we could do that. Let it stand on its own and people would recognize the logo, Blacksthetics logo, just like they recognize an Apple logo or Nike logo or Puma logo. So it's exciting times. Thanks for your support. And I've ranted for long enough. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Peace.
People look at you strange saying you changed, like you worked that hard to stay the same, like you're doing all this for a reason. And what happens most of the time, people change. People change around